Today we're going to take our dog for a walk in the forest and learn some useful vocabulary. So let's get started.
Kevin, what do we call this thing?
This is called a leash. Use the long E sound like green beans. Leash. This is a leash. A dog leash.
Kevin, what preposition do we use?
We use on. I say the dog is on the leash. On. Coco is on the leash.
Kevin, what is the leash attached to?
The leash is attached to this. This is a harness. This is called a harness. Coco is wearing a harness. Harness. Pronunciation. Use the R sound like far and bar. Har. Harness. The stress is on the first syllable. Harness. This is a harness, and the leash is attached to the harness. Sometimes dogs wear a collar that goes around their neck like this, but Coco doesn't have a collar. Right, Coco? Coco has a harness. He thinks it's more comfortable. He likes a harness better than a collar. Example, this is a collar, and a dog can wear a collar around their neck. Pronunciation, use the sound ah, the open sound ah, like hot and stop. Ka, collar. Don't be confused with color. Color has the short sound like cup and up. Color. Example, what color is my sweater? My sweater is black. That's color. But this is a collar. It's a more open sound.
Kevin, is it a new harness or is it an old harness?
It's an old harness. We've had this harness for a long time.
It doesn't look black anymore. It looks like it's faded.
Yeah, the harness is so old that it's faded. It lost some color. It used to be black, now it's kind of gray. So we say it's faded. The color is faded. Just like my jeans. My jeans are faded. They're not dark blue anymore, they're light blue. My jeans are faded. Just like Coco's harness. His harness is faded because it's old.
Kevin, what is Coco doing?
Coco is rolling around in the grass. He loves to roll around in the grass. I don't know why, but he loves it. Now he's shaking. Come here, Coco. Let's talk about dogs and what we call dogs. I can say this is a dog, or I can say this is a doggy. Kids like to say doggy. Oh, it's a nice doggy. It's a nice doggy. And sometimes people say pooch to refer to a dog. It's just a fun word for a dog. Pooch. Pooch. Pronunciation. Use the oo sound like moon and soon. Pooch. He's a good pooch. Sometimes people say pooch to refer to a dog.
What do you call a baby dog?
A baby dog is a puppy. We got Coco when she was a puppy. But now she's all grown up. She's not a puppy anymore.
How do you pronounce puppy?
Puppy. Use the short sound like cup and up. Pup. Puppy. Plus the long E sound like green beans. Puppy. Coco's not a puppy anymore. Coco is an adult dog. Right? Coco's 4 years old. Good doggy, good doggy.
Does Coco like to play?
Coco loves to play. Coco is a playful dog. Aren't you, Coco?
Does he like to fetch?
Let's see.
Kevin, what do you have there?
I have a stick, and you can play fetch with a stick. See the stick, Coco? So, you throw the stick, and the dog brings it back. That's fetch. The dog will fetch the stick, and we're going to play fetch. Right, Coco? You missed it. Yeah! Good, Coco. He doesn't always bring it right back to me. He didn't bring it back to me. So, fetch is the action. Coco fetched the stick. Do you want to play fetch again? Fetch is also the name of the game. We can play fetch. Do you want to play fetch, Coco? Okay, you're going to fetch the stick. Are you ready? You got it, Coco. You got it. Now bring it to me, like a good doggy. That's the game. You bring it back to me. Oh, almost. I'm over here. Okay, you can play with the stick. He's happy.
The dog is breathing heavily.
That's right. That's called panting. The dog was running, so now the dog is breathing heavily. That's called panting. The dog is panting.
Kevin, what do dogs do? Do they bark?
Yeah, dogs bark like this. Ruff, 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 ruff. Right? And how do we explain the sound when we talk about barking? We say arf, ruff, and woof in English. This is the sound of a dog barking, right? Ruff, 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 ruff. That's how you bark. But Coco's happy right now, so she's not going to bark.
She's wagging her tail.
Yeah, wag. Wag is the action. She's wagging her tail because she's happy. She's not going to bark, and she's not going to growl. Are you going to growl, Coco? Growl, that's this sound. No, that's when dogs are angry. Dogs growl when they're angry. Are you going to growl, Coco? No, Coco's not going to growl because she's not angry. She's happy.
Who does she growl at?
She growls at the mailman. She always growls at the mailman.
Who does she bark at?
She barks at the mailman too. She always barks at the mailman. So we see the preposition at. She growls at the mailman and she barks at the mailman. Don't you, Coco?
Kevin, what problems do dogs have?
Dogs have very few problems, but the most common problem that dogs have is insects. We have fleas and ticks. Little insects that get on the dog. The most common are fleas and ticks. So we give Coco medicine so she doesn't have any fleas or ticks.
What happens when they get fleas and ticks?
Well, when they get fleas and ticks, they scratch like this. Right, Coco? Yeah. When they get fleas and ticks, they scratch because it itches. Remember the verbs scratch. They scratch themselves because they itch. Itch is the verb when you feel the feeling. Itch. When dogs itch, they scratch themselves because they have fleas or ticks.
Are they itchy?
That's right, they're itchy. That's the adjective. When they're itchy, they scratch themselves. Like this. That's scratch.
Is Coco a good dog?
Yeah, Coco's a good dog. Aren't you a good dog? It's a good dog.
So what are you doing, Kevin?
I'm praising the dog. I'm saying, good girl, good girl. I praise the dog, especially when the dog does tricks. And Coco knows some tricks. Coco, come on, up, there, up. Up. Coco, come on, up. So Coco can dance. That's her trick, right, Coco? You can dance? So I say, good girl, good girl, good girl. I praise the dog when the dog does a trick. But if the dog is bad, then I scold the dog. Bad Coco, bad Coco, bad Coco. Coco's confused right now. But that's when Coco's bad. I say, bad dog, bad dog. I scold the dog when she's bad. But if she's good, I praise the dog. Good girl, good girl. You're confused, aren't you?
Kevin, can Coco have babies?
No, Coco cannot have babies because she's fixed. That's what we say. We got her fixed. We paid the veterinarian money to have surgery so the dog cannot have babies. We say she's fixed and we got her fixed. Get in the present, in the past, got. We got her fixed so she cannot have babies.
Kevin, what about the words neutered and spayed?
That's right. Those terms are more exact. So if it's a girl dog, you get the dog spayed. So Coco was spayed, technically. And if it's a boy dog, you get the dog neutered.
And what do people say?
People normally just say, I got my dog fixed.
Do dogs have nails?
No, dogs don't have nails. Can I see your paw? This is Coco's paw. This is Coco's paw. And these are called claws, not nails. I have fingernails, but Coco has, Coco has paws. She has 4 paws. And on each paw, she has claws. Not nails, but claws. Pronunciation, claws. Use the aw sound like Santa Claus. That's right, they sound the same. Claws, like Santa Claus, and dogs have claws. Coco, come here. Show everybody your whiskers. Coco, come here. The dogs have whiskers. These little things on the side of their face are called whiskers. Dogs have whiskers.
How do you pronounce whiskers?
Whiskers. The H is silent, and we use the short I sound like this is. Whiskers. Dogs have whiskers. Now, men, if they grow hair right here, these are not whiskers. A man can grow a mustache. That's hair right here. Men can grow a mustache, and dogs have whiskers. They're different.
What is Coco doing?
Coco is whimpering, or you can say Coco is whining. She's making that sound. That's called whimpering or whining. They're both verbs. Whimper or whine.
Why is she whimpering?
Because a dog came by and she wants to go chase the dog. and now the dog's gone, and she smells the dog. So she's a little upset. That's why she's whimpering. That's why she's whining. She's not happy.
What breed is she?
Breed, that's right. Dogs come in different breeds. Different kinds of dogs are called different breeds of dogs. And Coco is a mixed. She's mixed between Labrador and I don't know what. She's a mix. Half Labrador and half something else. I'm not sure what.
What about the verb breed?
That's right, breed is also a verb. If I have two dogs and I put them together so they can make babies, I breed dogs. Breed in the present, in the past, bred. Pronunciation, use a short eh like head and red. Bread, just like the bread you eat, but it's spelled differently.
And what about the person who breeds dogs?
They're called breeders, dog breeders. They breed dogs.
Kevin, are you a dog breeder?
No, I'm not a dog breeder. I don't breed dogs. I just have this one dog. And she's fixed anyway. She can't have babies.
Kevin, she's a mix, right? But what if a dog is not a mix?
If a dog is not mixed, then the dog is a pure breed. For example, if Coco was 100% Labrador, she would be a pure breed. But she's not. She's mixed with Labrador and something else. She's not a pure breed.
So I can say she's a mix.
That's right, she's a mix. Or she's mixed.
Kevin, people have hair. What about dogs?
Well, dogs have fur. That's right, Coco, you have fur. Now, sometimes you'll hear hair when people talk about dogs. For example, they'll say it's a long hair or it's a short hair, Chihuahua. But really, this hair is called fur. Dogs have fur.
And sometimes they'll lose their fur.
That's right. Sometimes dogs lose their fur. That's called shedding. Dogs shed. That means they lose their fur. You find it on your sofa. That's shed. Sometimes Coco sheds and I find fur or hair, dog hair, on the sofa.
What are the other ways to talk about her fur?
Well, if she's healthy, you say she has a shiny coat. That's right, a coat like we wear. We refer to the fur as a coat. If she's healthy, she has a shiny coat. Also, to know if your dog is healthy, you feel her nose. Come here, Coco. Her nose is wet. It's not dry. That's good. If a dog has a wet nose, that means the dog is healthy. If the dog has a dry nose, the dog is not healthy. So Coco's healthy. She has a shiny coat and a wet nose. Good girl. Now let's talk about Coco's legs. She has 4 legs. She has her front legs right here, and she has her back legs or her hind legs. Now, can Coco stand on her hind legs? Let's find out. Coco, look at that. Coco can stand on her hind legs. She's a talented dog. She's a genius. Coco.
Oh, Coco.
Uh-oh. There's a dog way down there. Good eyes, Coco.
Kevin, where did we get Coco?
We got Coco from the animal shelter. Or you can say we got her from the pound. The pound is another way to say the animal shelter. A homeless dog is called a stray dog. And Coco was a stray dog. So the animal catcher caught her and took her to the pound. They took her to the animal shelter. And that's where we got her. You can also call her a rescue dog. If you get a dog from the pound, you can call the dog a rescue dog. Or just a rescue. I'm petting my pet. That's right. Pet is a verb and a noun. This is my dog, this is my pet. And this action, I don't say I touch the dog, I say I pet the dog.
What about the verb in the past?
In the past, petted. In the present, I pet my dog, and in the past, I petted my dog. Petted.